Hello, Alpha Troupe. Today we bring you our very first podcast. Today's subject is EVO 2018. Yes, the event that has become the Super Bowl of fighting games is taking place this weekend at the Mandalay Bay, Las Vegas. Many players from across the globe will be coming to compete in various fighting games, but 8 will be showcased and streamed. The 8 games are as followed: Street Fighter V Arcade Edition, Dragon Ball FighterZ, Tekken 7, Guilty Gear Rev 2, Super Smash Bros. Melee, Super Smash Bros. Wii U, Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle, Injustice 2. So I plan on hopping right into the discussion and starting with Street Fighter V Arcade Edition, giving you guys my take on what's going to go down, my predictions on who will make top 8, grand finals, and the eventual winner. So let's give you a brief overview of what I see so far on the scene. While Street Fighter V Arcade Edition doesn't feel like the main attraction this year, I'd argue that it's as unpredictable as ever. Sure, Cammy being OP is a big problem. We'll see at least one in top 8. But don't let that steer you away from how stacked this event is going to be. Is this the year America finally takes it? I don't think so, but we can still dream, right? Anyhow, there are plenty of contenders to choose from, like last year's champion Tokido. Daigo's looking strong after his win at VS Fighting. What about Mena, Nakudu? These two are Capcom champions. Infiltration won EVO Japan. Then you got the twin Camis of Destruction, NL and Valorum. Problem X from the UK. Jay Wong, who, usually can find his EVO magic, that Wong factor. This is going to be brutal because I haven't even mentioned Fujimura, who's arguably the most consistent player this year and number 1 in the CPT rankings. It's crazy how players like Sako, Nemo, Bonchan, Punk are flying under the radar. So without further ado, here's my top 8. So we have Tokido. I think, Tokido has been playing very well. I think as defending champion, you can feel like he really wants it this year. I mean, every year he will want it, right? That's you wouldn't be in this profession if you didn't want it. But I think Tokido and his Akuma, I think you can see him in top 8. I have Nakudu in top 8 as our lone American. I think Nakudu has a combination of characters, Guy, Omika, Cammy, that can give anyone headaches, and he knows how to match them up with who he's facing. He has player matchup knowledge. I have NL. I think as the lone main Cammy, I think he has been proving himself. I think it's very clear that if I had to pick a Cammy, it would be NL. Daigo, him and his Guile just is looking up to form. I mean, he got hot. I mean, let's say he is hot. I mean, this is Daigo we're talking about. Him and his Guile, it speaks for itself. He's a legend. I'd be surprised if I wouldn't see Daigo here in top 8 in EVO. There's so much we can say about Daigo, but right now, I think his play against certain players recently, I mean, did you see that grand finals against Fujimura? It seems like he downloaded his Ibuki easily. It seems like he's comfortable in that matchup. Speaking of Fujimura, I also have him in top 8. Let's be honest. I mean, him and his Ibuki come up with the craziest combos you can ever see. The nightmare mix-ups in the corner is just, it's hard to deal with. And let's not forget, he made EVO top 8 the first time Street Fighter was at EVO using Nash, and he was Yukadan. So he knows what it takes to get to top 8. I have Sako. Sako is probably the best Manat player. You can toss in Infiltration, but I think Sako has more of the aesthetic down with Manat. He can play keep away. He can land some long combos. The execution is there. And Sako, I just see so much potential in him just tearing through the bracket even. There you go. It's just Sako, one of the 5 guys of Japan. Daigo, Tokido. That's 3 out of the 5. Then I have Problem X. I think Problem X is kind of like a sleeper, or maybe just someone that you might overlook just because he's coming from Europe, the UK. But he has a combination of Bison and Abigail that, combined with his meticulous play style, where he breaks down the opponent, doesn't take too many chances, that helps in this long marathon bracket, you know. So I think he's someone that is likely to make it out. You know, you could throw in other guys, obviously, but I see him making it out. And then finally, I have Infiltration. You know, again, his combination of characters, Manat, Jury, Chun-Li, I don't even know if he has other characters lying in wait. This is Infiltration we're talking about. The guy who pulled out Hakan. Infiltration is coming back. I really believe that. I think, you know, his EVO Japan win, he's gotten stronger as it goes on. I mean, results may not reflect that, but I think he's really found his footing in the game. So I think Infiltration will be joining top 8. Okay, so I'm gonna jump into the grand finals. Like, who do you think from this 8 alpha will make grand finals? Well, it's really tough to like break it down. But if I had to pick 2 people, I'm instantly thinking of, yes, that 1st to 10 we saw earlier this year between Daigo and Tokido. I think we're going to see that as our grand finals at EVO. You know, Tokido is going to get his run back. He's defending champion. There's a lot, you know, riding here. There's a lot of drama. I think if I couldn't ask for a better grand finals, this is why I want it to happen. This is why I'm predicting it to happen. And 2 gods of Japan clashing. But who's going to win? I foresee Daigo winning once again because I think he's just in top form. I think whatever happened in VS Fighting is going to carry over to EVO. He's going to, you know, show that his Gao spacing is immaculate, perfection at his finest. Tokido will put up a run, but I just see Daigo in winner's side of the bracket winning 3-2. I just don't, you know, Tokido, as great as he is, defending champion, I just think Daigo is on another level right now. I think this is his chance, his time to take a Street Fighter V EVO championship. It wouldn't surprise me one bit that, you know, maybe this gets a bracket reset, but I'm just going based on what I saw at VS Fighting. I'm going based on just how clean he has looked. And he's the beast for a reason. I mean, that's enough said. So, okay, guys, I'm going to move on to Dragon Ball FighterZ. Now, this game, many people are going to be watching. I think it's going to draw the most eyes, provide the most hype. I fully expect Yipes and Hell Pockets to be exceptional on commentary. Yes, the best players will have Cell or Kit Buu on their team, but the non-stop, heart-racing 3-on-3 action, it draws in so many different type of spectators, from casuals to pros. They can appreciate this because it's Dragon Ball Z after all. I argue that this game has the added Japan versus USA. Remember top 8 at CEO? It's completely likely you'll see those same players again, as I fully expect Goichi and Sonic Fox to be locks. But I don't want to underestimate players like Leffen and Aliun. They utilize Android 21. They bring different flavors to this that can really jumble up the bracket. Chris G is a veteran in 3-on-3 fighting games from the Marvel days. So don't underestimate him. I'm just saying, you know, this game, a lot of people is going to be watching it. And let's not forget, critics is going to be watching this with a closer eye, because this is essentially taking place Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. So let's think about that for a second. This is our 3-on-3 fighter, and as of right now, the scene can be like, oh, everyone's using the OP characters. There's not enough variety. But at the same time, I'm down for an oppression session. There you go. Let me get that right. Because this game is all about offense. And then you think about those moments where someone's defense has to be on point. It just really creates tense moments. Just watch Goichi versus Leffen to see what I'm talking about. Like, at CEO, those two basically had stare downs. They had moments where they couldn't really, react. And I mean by that is like, they're thinking 2 moves ahead. You can tell, like, what's going to happen next. So I think we're going to get those type of matches a lot when, the competition revs up. So here's my top 8 prediction. I decided to just almost go chalk. I'm not going to lie to you, okay? So I went with Goichi. Speaks for itself. Sonic Fox, no doubt. I mean, he's going to be there. His new team looks beautiful. Hook Gang God. Enough said. I mean, this guy, he leads so much to just behold. His Piccolo is amazing. Dogura and Anime Fighting Games plus EVO, top 8, easy. I don't see how he doesn't make a top 8. Fenrich, again, he's just so talented. Combo efficiency at his finest. The Kill Sage, I think he's very good. I think the way he pulls out so many clutch combos, I think it's not a surprise to see him there. Alioun, I think an Android 21 player will make top 8. I just picked Alioun. You could throw in Leffen. Throw in Matoi. I think Matoi is going to EVO. Just throw in an Android 21 player that's solid. I think that character is very dangerous, worthy of making top 8 and carrying a team. I just picked Alioun. But, I can definitely see Leffen. I could definitely see Matoi. And then finally, Kazunoko. I think Kazunoko, get him out of a top 8. That's it's hard to beat him, when he's in top 8. But I'm going to say Kazunoko makes top 8 because he's just very good at team building. If you see his team, Yamcha is really solid, both on the ground. His ground attack is just amazing. Like, the way he puts pressure on you, I just can't speak to how much he was so hot at CEO. He just tore it up. So grand finals, I was jumbling it around a lot. I just came down to this. I just Japan, USA. And I decided to go with Sonic Fox versus Fenrich. Now, the reason why I picked Sonic Fox, I just think he knows how to lab and innovate fighting games. He's just that much of a scientist when it comes to this. His Fuse Zamatsu, Bardock, and Android 16 team has great synergy. But you never know what he'll bring. He might have another team ready to go. You just don't know. Then you combine that unpredictability with insane reads and reactions, I think you're looking at the EVO champ. Now, contrary to that is Fenrich. He's the symbol of combo efficiency. He tends to get stronger as the match goes on. I look back at their semifinals match at the Summit between Sonic Fox and Fenrich when Fenrich knocked him off. It was just basically every touch he landed, he maximized the damage. However, Sonic Fox did regroup to take out Fenrich in Losers Final. And I suspect something similar will happen again. I foresee like Sonic dropping the winner side advantage, losing the first set in grand finals. But since he's on winners, Fenris has to win 2. And good luck doing that. Winning 2 sets off of Sonic Fox, I don't see that happening. I see him getting close. I think Sonic Fox wins the next set 3-2 in a thrilling match. And I think the pop-off is going to be real. USA is going to be hype. I think Sonic is going to take EVO this year for Dragon Ball FighterZ. Alright, let's move on. Tekken 7. Okay. I'm going to be honest. I think an Asian nation, an Asian country, is winning Tekken 7. We may get 2 Americans in top 8. I think we will. I think we will get 2 Americans in top 8 because Nee and Chanel are not going to be there. That opens up the field a little bit. But guys like JDCR, Saint, Jending, they're so clutch. And that's what it really comes down to. Those moments when you have to attack or defend, as one wrong guess is going to lead to a long combo. Movement has to be on point. That's very important in Tekken and in 3D fighters in general. I'll add this, I still remember those finals between Nobi and Ao. I remember when Punko, brought out his Akuma, got 3rd place. But without further ado, I think this top 8 in Tekken, pretty solid. I think I really, thought about it a little bit. And here we go. JDCR is kind of like Mr. Consistency when it comes to Tekken or big tournaments. He makes top 8s, man. This guy just does it. So, whether it's his Dragunov and Hachi, Jack 7, I think he played Jack 7. Just this guy, he'll find a way. Saint, similar to JDCR, just finds a way to make top 8s. They're just too good. They're very good. Jending, I like his Eddie Lucky Chloe combination. He has just that right mixture of what you want in a Tekken player. He goes for he takes great risk and it always seems to pay off. So I like his style. He's very, very emotional too when he plays. So I think he'll make this top 8 at EVO. I think it'd be really hard to see him not make it. Take, I think as far as players go, I think Take is finding his groove in Tekken in the World Tour. I think he's gonna make top 8. I don't see why he wouldn't be capable of doing so. Quadrant. Let me say this right. Kudans. Yeah, there you go. Not Quadans. Kudans. Him and his Devil Jin. Oh my God. It's like, first of all, the execution has to be on point. Not as much as Hachi's execution, but still, it does take a little more attention to detail to get Devil Jin working in your favor. And he makes it work. And he is our Tekken World Tour 2017 champion. He took the title. Ran through the gauntlet of beating both Saint and JDCR. Saint was in the grand finals. JDCR was in losers final, I believe. So yeah, I fully expect him to be in top 8. Low High. What can I say? I mean, Low High is exceptionally playing well. I think him making top 8 is very, very foreseeable. I think if you just go with what you see in previous tournament results, you can definitely say why not Low High. Then I have Anakin and Jimmy J. Tran as our Americans. You can probably toss in Speed Kicks or Joey Fury. But, Anakin and Jimmy J. Tran, I think they're just 2 American veterans on the Tekken scene. So as we move on to our grand finals, man, I see JDCR versus Kudans. Now, and like I said, Kudans ran that gauntlet, beating both JDCR and Saint. So I see him doing it again. I think he'll do it again at EVO, but this time JDCR would be in the finals. And, you know, I want to see more Henhachi. I want to see the crowd bring it out of him. Maybe we will get that. But I just think Kudans has the edge. I think he's figured out how to beat the Sonic Fox duo. I said the Sonic Fox duo. The Echo Fox duo. Pardon me. But yeah, I think Kudans is our EVO champion this year. But don't get me wrong. I think the scene, that top 8 I just gave you, I think or any one of those players are talented to make top 8. But then when you start playing it, you know, unfortunately I think Team America are just gonna go 7-7. They're not gonna make it past this army of Asian players. They're just too good. They're too good. Super Smash Bros. Melee. Welcome back. Welcome back, Melee. Another year. Now is the longest running game at EVO. Or it always has been, I think. Melee isn't going anywhere. So as you can hear, like, you're gonna hear some background noise. It's fine. I'll skip straight into what I think top 8 will be. Armada. Yeah. Hungrybox, Mango, Leffen, Mewtwo King, Plup, Axe, S2J. I think those are just players who bring it every time. I think you could probably switch out some of them and based on just who has the better Fox, to be completely honest, or just who's playing well, who counterpicked the other guy. But I think Armada, Hungrybox, Mango, those 3 players are locks. Mewtwo King, I think he always brings it at EVO. I think he plays his best at EVO, honestly. Like, I think Mewtwo King may win it. I can see him winning it. Definitely making it into a top 3. But let me just address something. With the upcoming hype surrounding the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate exhibition, it's interesting. When will Melee ever pass the torch? I don't think it will. Don't worry, guys. I think Melee is one of those games that has surpassed the test of time. I think it will find a way to always be at EVO as long as the competitors are playing it. But if Ultimate turns out to be that perfect blend of what Melee players want, combined with a little bit of the more beginner friendlies of the current Smash Bros. Wii U game, we'll see. We'll see if Ultimate can just be the ultimate game at EVO. So I just wanted to bring that up. I want to see, like, maybe next year, is Ultimate going to be the lone Smash Bros. Game? You know, it wasn't with Wii U. When Wii U dropped, everyone was probably thinking, oh, is this the year when Melee finally decides to retire? Nah, Melee stood around. Now, as Ultimate is approaching, is it the year next year where Melee retires? I'm going to say right now, I don't think so. I think the players keep this game alive. The community is extremely competitive. They want to be there. I think the Melee scene deserves to be there. I really do think that. But who knows? Like I said, maybe Ultimate is that perfect blend of what can keep Melee players and Wii U players both happy. And as a TO, as a tournament organizer, you can probably say, look, since both Wii U and Melee players are playing Ultimate, why not? Just bring it down to one game. Who knows? But yeah, let me just go now into the grand finals of Melee. I think Armada versus Hungrybox. Why not? Why not? And I think Armada avenges his loss back in 2016 and becomes a back-to-back champion. I see it being relatively smooth. I think Armada just something sometimes. Wow. I think sometimes he just, gets in his own head sometimes. But when he's 100% focused and just, you see it. And he finds ways to just beat you smoothly. Like, it's just, he ransacks through you. I see this happening. But if Hungry Box resets the bracket, oh, man. Hungry Box, man, he can get a crowd on his side like no other player in any fighting game can. And yeah, he wears his emotions on his sleeves. I respect that very much. So Armada, for his sake, better defeat Hungry Box as quickly as possible. That's interesting. Defeating Jigglypuff quickly. Isn't that like the goal? You don't want to get rest on? Anyway, this grand final is back in Championship Sunday. Last year Wii U was in Championship Sunday while Melee hit the Saturday. Now with Melee being back in Championship Sunday, it's interesting. I want to see how fans react, and then the Twitch monsters, the stream monsters. I want to see their reaction. I want to see how they feel seeing Melee back on the main stage. I think top 8 is gonna have some crazy matches, but is that what we watch Melee for nowadays, right? It's interesting because I'll be honest with you guys, it's hard to watch the build up. I just feel like, okay, can we get to top 8 already? So I hope the Melee faithful puts in those numbers on Twitch and watches throughout. I know I'm gonna be all over the place, so I can't commit to any game this weekend. But Melee is back, and I think we're gonna see Armada win the championship. So kicking off Championship Sunday, I believe is Guilty Gear Rev 2, and this game has just Japanese legends going at it. I mean, it's really fun to watch. And, you see so many, techniques and skills and so much knowledge. They always seem to be, coming up with something new. So, for my top 8, I have Fumo, Omito, Ogawa, Makabu, FAB, Nage, Kadako, and Taka. Any one of these players can win, but there are some bad matchups. I'll just simply say right now, FAB versus Johnny. Oh my God, just pack it up. You're done. I think Potepkin is pretty much gonna be hard to win top 8 when you get into the veterans. These players know how to fight Potemkin. They know they have the edge, and it's an uphill battle for FAB. But hey, I want him in top 8, though. We need some Potemkin in top 8. So we're going to go into our grand finals. It's very interesting to see players just tear each other up. But I have Omito versus Nage. This is a Johnny versus False matchup. And man, if he had to press me right now, I'm gonna go with Omito. I think he's too solid at what he does. Nage has a chance. I think he won EVO Japan, and Faust is unpredictable. But I think Omito, the matchup knowledge is there. It's gonna be very hype. And this is interesting enough too. I think Omito will be a 2-time champion. I think he won back in 2016. I'm not sure. But anyway, I feel like, yeah, I think this is something very interesting. And Omito must have won. I know he won, because I think it was Ogawa. Omito, dang, just can't remember on the top of my head. But, guys in the comment section, if I make a mistake with any of this knowledge, just correct me in the comment section below. Don't feel free to do that. I'm not I'm not, a prick about that. But yeah, in Guilty Gear, I think Hell Pockets might cover this. Maybe Tasty Steve. Be interesting to see who covers this. I think the game deserves to be here at EVO. It's Guilty Gear, right? It's Arc System's flagship game, so why not? Why not? I know I'm ready to rock. That's all that matters. So, talking about Arc Systems, remember I said they got 3 games in, Dragon Ball Z Fighter, Guilty Gear. But this one came to me as a surprise. Now, you can obviously say it's financially motivated, help the game promote itself. But Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle, it's here at EVO this year. And this game, the meta game hasn't really been defined. And let me speak a little to that. I think a lot of players are just saving tech. There hasn't been a lot of tournaments that have made it national. I don't think it was at CEO. If it was, it wasn't streamed. I don't know. Help me remember that, guys. But yes, this game hasn't had a lot of exposure. But this is where it's time to put it on the spotlight. It won't make Championship Sunday, but being on EVO's grand stage is nothing to sneeze at. And I don't know. I don't have a favorite. I just pick players who are pretty much good at Blaze Blue, and I even threw in a random guy that I just liked his name. I liked his name. Like I'll start off with my top 8. I put Nilizzo. I don't know who he is. Never seen him play. I just picked him out at random. Why not? But then the next 7 players are players that are familiar if you follow Blaze Blue. SKD. Great player, solid in Blaze Blue Central Fiction, anime player in general. Dora Bang, I think he's always a player who improves. I think I look forward to seeing his Mew. Not Mew. Wow, I play Mew. His new. There you go. Koji KOG. Why not? Let's throw a grappler in there. Fenrich. I think Jin. If Jin is in it, he's in it to win it. Okay. Kit Viper. I think he's one of the best American anime players we have. You could throw in Kizzy K. You can throw in Marlin Pie. Kubo. Why not? And then I threw in Sonic Fox. Yeah, I threw him in there. I just expect them to make a lot of top 8s sometimes, I could be delusional because he could be putting more practice in DBZ fighters. But why not? I think Sonic Fox is what we secretly know not to bet against him. Don't bet against this guy. So in grand finals, I just went with one of my favorites because I love his bang. So I went with Dora Bang. This is purely out of heart. I just want him to win. I think he puts a lot of effort into his fighting games. He loves what he does. I think SKD is a great player. He will give him a challenge in grand finals. These two have their rivalry in Blaze Blue, so I think he carries over. And Dora Bang finds a way to take home the W. I think you can appreciate maybe him dropping a set, SKD, playing solid, but I think Dora Bang endures and comes out and wins. Will Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle be a success? Let's talk about that real quick. Ultimately, the game feels like it's still a work in progress. There's still so much to figure out. But let's think about this for a second. If there's not going to be another Blaze Blue game to come out next year, what will Arc Systems go with? They usually get at least two in. It'll be interesting. Will Guilty Gear be back for another year? maybe not. Then you say it's Dragon Ball Fighters and this game. These two games will probably be there next year again. But who knows? Who knows? Because, like I said, Guilty Gear is the flagship series for Arc System. It has more of a recognizable players. So, who's to say that this game isn't a one and done? You know, every time I see King of Fighters, like last year I knew it was going to be a one and done game. Depending on this top 8 and viewers, BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle might be a one and done game. I don't want it to be. I don't like one and done games, but yeah. I mean, Arc Systems can be like, you know, Z Fighters is definitely going to give us the views. It's going to be as entertaining. It's definitely a game that has staying power. Guilty Gear has, you know, it has its proven veterans. So the odd game out might be BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle next year. We'll see. Really depends on that top 8, guys. So we're rounding out a little bit. Super Smash Bros. Wii U. Okay, now once I heard MK Leo went down, I literally just said, I'm going with my favorite player at the moment. Okay? I am going all emotional. I mean, I think my top 8 is reasonable, don't get me wrong. But I just went, this player is winning because I want him to. So, okay. So, let's talk about our top 8. Captain Zack, Bayonetta. Solid player with Bayonetta. And I think he's just might be the best Bayonetta going into the tournament, to be honest with you. Then you got Tweak. If Captain Zack is not the best, then it's him. Yeah, I'm just going based on this year. Because the next person I'm going to say is our defending champion, Salem. And when he won EVO, everyone was quick to say he's the best Bayonetta. But, you know, time changes. People adapt. You know, you get downloaded. It's okay. That's helps you become better yourself. So, you know, I see 3 Bayonettas in top 8. Sure, okay. Then the Buzz. The Buzz, Rosalina, maybe an Olimar. He's consistent enough to make a top 8. I have Elegant. Why not? You gotta throw in some random players sometimes. And his Luigi's just fun to watch. Abadango. Similar reason to why I have the Buzz in top 8. Just consistent. They always seem to make top 8s at EVO. I have Void. Similar reason. He always seems to make a top 8 at EVO. Then I have Samsora. Now, I think you could throw in Cosmos. I think you can throw in Nairo. And fine. You know, they're great players. Is Ken still playing? Him and his Sonic? I don't know. You throw him there too. But yeah, I definitely think, you know, this top 8 is respectable. Now our grand finals. Elegant versus the Buzz. Yes. Now I told you guys I just want this player to win, so I'm just going based on pure emotion. But I have Elegant winning. I think Luigi's time is now. I think Elegant's time is now. I just want that Luigi W. I want him to win. I'm rooting for him. I think it's going to be a very entertaining matchup between Elegant and the Buzz. Rosalina, Luigi. Finally, we're going to Injustice 2. I am just going to say this game, unfortunately, is the lone NetherRealm game, you know. Maybe Ed Boon has an announcement regarding Mortal Kombat. You know, I hope so. But if I had to say out of all the games, this game is pretty much dead in the water. It's not a lot of hype for it anymore. But the players are passionate, so I'm just going to name my top 8. Sonic Fox, why not? Dragon, Biohazard, Honeybee, Tekken Master, Semeji, DR Gross, Hayate. And these top 8 players are just consistent. They're good. They know what they're doing. I think they're a safe bet. You can throw in other players if you want, but I think you could get 4 out of this 8 in there easily. I think the 4 is like Sonic Fox, Dragon, Biohazard, and Tekken Master. I think those 4 will be there for sure. Then finally, our grand finals. I'm going with Biohazard versus Sameji. I think, these two players, they know each other well. And Sameji and his Catwoman is a dangerous combination, but I think Biohazard will be ready for that. I think Harley Quinn might be a good matchup for Catwoman. I'm not sure. I have not been keeping up with this game since I stopped playing it. I think Biohazard wins a close, he's on winner's side, but I think he drops the winner's advantage. Sameji will reset the bracket. And I think Biohazard will pull through, though. I think he'll maintain his edge and keep his cool. And Injustice 2 gets a pretty thrilling grand final to end its run. I think you won't see this game again next year. But NetherRealm might have an announcement, so that's exciting news. Who knows? So, okay, guys. Alpha Troupe. Those are my, build-up podcasts. The first ever podcast for EVO. Don't worry about the background noise. It's all good. It's life. But I think EVO this year has a lot to offer. It's always entertaining. It's just fighting games and fun. I look forward to some announcements. Maybe G being announced. The exhibitions of Soul Calibur and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is going to be very exciting. The commentary is always good. And I think, with that being said, post in the comments below what do you think. Who's your predictions for every game, or just the game you're really passionate about. And with that being said, thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this preview, this whole podcast. I hope to do more. I'll see you guys later. Take care and watch EVO. Get your Hadoukens, your Shoryukens, your demon uppercuts. Just sit back and relax and watch EVO this Friday. Take care, guys. This is Alpha signing off.